Hi there, it's Craig here, and I'm here with Fo again. Hi Fo, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
And today we're going to taste his Festa Brew beer.
Yeah, this is actually Festa Brew Red Ale. It's supposed to be Irish red in style, which the style isn't supposed to be very hoppy, and it's supposed to be a little bit of a maltier beer. So we'll see what we get, see if it comes out like that.
Okay. Got some clean glasses here, and let's go. Now first, why did we want to brew? Why would you want to, like, I know I've got my reasons and you got your reasons. Why do we want to do this? Explain to everyone what this, how you make this beer, what it is. What's Festa Brew? It's
made in Ontario. It's just, there's a place called Magnata Brewery. They make wine, and they also have, they also make beer too. You can get it at the beer store here. There's a few different things by Magnata, but they also make Festa Brew, which is, it's 23 liters of a pre-made wort. You don't have to mix anything. It's not concentrated, and you just can pour it in your pail, and it comes with yeast, and you can pitch your yeast, and that's how this one was done. So so it's a big bag of wort, pre-made wort. You just click off the top, pour it in your fermenter, put your yeast in, and that's it. That's it. I guess, right? The guys who do their all grain brewing, to be fair to them, they've got the fresh grains right in their house, right? Crushing them the day before or that day. They're steeping them that day. It's the freshest beer you can make, you know. Hands down.
You know,
no argument.
Okay, no argument at all. Okay, we don't want to put the all grain guys down. They're great guys. Mm-hmm. You live in an area like we do, where the price of beer is ridiculous.
It's really high.
I will not pay the government so that I can drink a beer.
Right.
So any way possible that I can get around the system, even if it's doing it this way, I don't care. It's great for people who have no time, for people who work 2 jobs, or they're in school, they have lots of homework, they don't have time to go through any processes.
Right.
Boom, you got beer, and you're not paying the tax guys.
Exactly.
Okay. Want to crack them?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Whoa! Did you see that?
Whoa.
I hope that came out. A big puff of smoke came out of it. Yeah, look at the smoke inside there. I don't know if they can see that inside the bottle there.
What I did here, I batch primed this. So I racked on top on some sugar, and I mixed it that way, and that's how this one came out.
Okay, let's give her a pour.
Okay, let's see.
Looking good. Nice velvety head. Whoa! I'm ahead of you, bud.
There you go. All right.
Okay, I went a little more aggressive towards the end of my pour. That's why I got a little more, probably a little too much head. About a finger too much.
But you know what? Depends how you like it, I guess, right?
So it's got a little bit of chill haze.
Yeah.
We put it in the freezer. We flash chilled it just before this. But that's fine. That's okay. Ready to go?
Yeah, ready to go.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good too. It doesn't taste like you wouldn't, if you didn't tell me it was a home brew. I wouldn't have guessed it was a home brew. It tastes. It's like it's there.
Yeah, it doesn't. You know, you can tell it's a high quality product.
There's a lot of hop flavor there.
Mm-hmm.
You can taste that. It's really smooth. It's got kind of a, sort of a smooth kind of look because of the nice head it's got on it.
And I find, like, it's got a good mouthfeel. It's like, it's not watery.
No, it's got the right amount of carbonation. It's not over carbonated, but it's not under. It's good with the carbonation.
Right.
It's a really good beer, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good beer.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, really, that's good. If if you are not able to go through the procedures of, making beer the way, people make it with whatever way people choose to do it, you can still get really good quality beer from these kits.
I've heard that these are pretty new, these kits, and I've heard that restaurants around Ontario now, the owners are starting to make these kits and sell it.
Well, sure, why not? Because it's a fraction of the price.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're paying the government too for their beer that they're selling.
All right, look. Let's say you are working 2 jobs.
Right.
You're a busy guy. Okay.
Yep.
You don't want to pay the government so you can drink beer. You don't want to get into that monopolized system.
Right.
Okay. So, but you want to drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't got time to make it. It's time consuming. You're a busy guy. You're in school. Why wouldn't you do this? I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No.
Making beer, no matter how you choose to do it, whether you choose all grain or any of the other methods, the partial extract, whatever, it's fun to do. It's a fun hobby, and we're not trying to take away from that.
No.
Just letting you know that if you want to try these kits, if you're interested or curious about these Festa Brew kits, they're good beer. They're not shit. Beer. They're good beer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing this. This is great stuff.
Hey, no problem. I'm liking it too.
Do you know how much? That's so good. Sorry. Do you know how much alcohol is in this?
It's about 5. I forget exactly. I think it was like 4.8 or 9. I forget what my calculation came out to, but
and then once you bottle condition it,
it probably raised it up to 5.
Yeah,
because I did bottle condition it, so that little bit of sugar in there probably bumped it right up to 5.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna give him one of my wheat beers, and I'll throw him a CraigTube shirt. He did bring me my keg lube, so I no longer have to hide the fact that I use some other products to lube my keg, and now I can use the real deal.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So thank you very much, Phil.
Hey, no problem.
Hopefully,
thanks for having me over.
See you in some more videos. And keep making your videos.
Yeah, I don't plan to stop.
Good stuff.
Good.
Hey, PEI home brewer, man.
Yeah, PEI made this one too. He just gave us an update 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't posted an update yet to see how it came out.
Well, I think we should get an update from PEI on that brew for sure.
I want to see how his turned out the same.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks to Fo for bringing us this beer, and see you next time.
Cheers.
Well.
Easy to drink, eh?
It is good.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
No, I know. It's easy to drink.
Like, I might have bought something from the liquor store at some point and brought it home and poured it. This is what it tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's better than just your regular macro beers.
Oh yeah.
It's like I hate to say this. I went and bought. I shouldn't say this. Well, we're still on, but I can cut this part out. I went and got some old Milwaukee.
Oh really?
Okay. Because I hadn't had it in so long.
Yeah.
I hadn't had that since I was like partying when I was young. And I thought, well, there's been talk about this old Milwaukee stuff. Let me see what I think. If I was going to do a beer review with it, and I decided not to.
No, I wouldn't do that.
I didn't want to make it look like I was aiming at anybody, aiming it at any particular person.
I don't know. First of all, what did you think of it?
Well, I was avoiding doing that this interview, so the review. So now you're asking me to do it.
Well, no, not on camera. You don't.
Well, I might keep some of this stuff.
All right, sure. See. Okay.
What I thought of it was that I didn't dislike it.
Okay.
Okay, I didn't dislike it, but it's a typical macro. It was very the color of it was almost like there was hardly any color. I can honestly say that the only way they could have got a 5% alcohol content on that beer was to add sugar or dextrose to it or something.
Some kind of adjunct.
Because there's hardly any malt color at all, and it was very
let's be
like there was nothing to it.
Well, let's face it, it is a cheap beer.
Yeah.
At least here, no beer is cheap, but in the U.S., that's a cheap beer. So I don't know. What do you like?
I don't know. If it won some awards or whatever, but most people are making fun of it. Yeah. So that's why I thought, well, let me decide for myself what I thought. And I drank the whole 6 tall boys. I mean, I didn't pour, you know, it was,
No.
I drank them, but the last couple I just drank them out of the can because I gave up on, you know, trying to make them taste good out of a glass. It was just what it is. It's just, it's a bud. It's a light tasting, just a, you know,
it's a macro beer. You know, it's still, it's probably, like, I've had it, not for a long time, but I remember it just being your run-of-the-mill beer. I don't remember it being overly good or overly bad. I just remember it being, you know...
Like, I'd buy it again.
Yeah.
It's a nice, refreshing, if you get it really nice and cold. Oh, God, see there? Now we've got the dog again, but this time she's crunching on a water bottle. Last time she was shaking some stuffed animal around.
Come here.
That's okay, she can. Like, if, you know, if it was a hot summer day and I was going to the beach or something and I was going to take some beers,
it would be good.
I'd take a cooler full of that because, I mean, it's easy to get down. It's good afternoon beer out sitting outside.
They call those lawnmower beers.
Lawnmower beers, exactly.
Right.
It's not as good as, it's nowhere, it doesn't touch this. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't touch some of the beers that I've made with, you know, with the Coopers or whatever. It doesn't touch those. You can, you know, believe me or not. Whoops. We've got a new set of lights up here. One of them's flickering.
I think the dog's on the power cord.
Oh, hey, Daisy! Oh, God, it's got water in it. If she breaks that bottle, we're going to have a mess all over the carpet. I didn't gag when I drank it. I mean, you know, some of the beers that I've had, like, I used to drink Labatt's Blue.
Really?
Okay, yeah.
I've never been a big...
Well, let me tell you. How long has it been since you drank one?
Yeah, probably a while.
They're good now.
Yeah? You think it's changed beer?
Yep. Because I couldn't stand it before. It tasted very it had this horrible aftertaste, and it was not my favorite. You know, someone handed me one. I'd drink it, but I'd be like,
yeah,
you know. But now it's actually, try it. It's actually for a macro beer. It's a good beer.
Yeah.
And there's no preservatives in it, which is good for hangovers.
I guess so.
Yeah.
They actually say that the best thing for hangovers is the homebrew because of the yeast in it. The vitamin D in the yeast helps with hangovers.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard that.
I've heard that.
I don't know,
Somebody told me that on one of my subscribers or viewers told me that they like to shake their
sediment into
the beer a little bit and then drink it, and you know, it's good for you. And it's good for you. So vitamin, because you do get depleted of vitamin D when you drink.
Apparently, the yeast is full of it.
Yeah,
that's what they say.
Have you heard of using, like, boiling some yeast and using it as a yeast nutrient?
The only place I've heard that, but I've never actively searched that out. But I saw PEI do that. He was using a different yeast with I think it was a Cooper's kit. I'm not sure, but I think it was a Cooper's kit. So he took the kit yeast, and while he was boiling up his dry malt, he tossed the kit yeast in there to kill it, but he said it worked as a yeast nutrient, and then he pitched a different yeast later.
Now, how would you know it worked?
I guess you wouldn't know. It's like...
You'd have to get something, like, you'd have to do an in-mate brew or something with a juice that you knew that didn't work. Like, I've had some juices that just don't work.
Yeah.
Unless you add yeast nutrient, like that no-name cranberry. It doesn't work unless you add something to it.
Right.
That's why we did the raisins and the dates. So you'd have to try that. But I heard someone say that, and I heard someone else say vitamin D.
Vitamin D? Well,
pills.
I guess
you grind them up and you put them in. You guys, you know.
That's a good... If you didn't have access to a yeast nutrient, that's a quick, easy way to do it if it works.
Yeah. And Star San.
Well, Star San,
is supposed to be a yeast nutrient when it's diluted in the beer. Not when it's in its full strength, but once it gets diluted down.
Yeah, I mean, once you pour it all out, if you got some foam left in it, once you add 23 liters of beer or wort, it's diluted enough.
The pH goes down enough that it's no longer active.
Of course.
Whatever's left of it is good for the yeast. So...
I mean,
okay, well, thanks for coming in, and we'll end it again, and then we'll go, anyway, what do you think? All right, we'll stop.